Y'all are ready for some unpopular opinions that will probably piss you off from our boy Cloud, man. Let's see what he got to say.
Popular opinions that will probably piss you off. At least half of Sabrina Carpenter's audience doesn't care about her music. They just think she looks good. As a matter of fact, this isn't just for
About the gay swinging. Okay.
Sabrina
I can't
Carpenter.
argue. I can't argue that. I don't really listen to Sabrina Carpenter like that, but
This
okay.
is for a good amount of female artists in general. But I'm using her as an example. Now walk with me. Before you say I'm wrong, what's the first thing that you think about when you think of Sabrina Carpenter? As a matter of fact, when
Her music. I'm gonna be honest. I can't speak to this shit because every Sabrina Carpenter song I've listened to, I've genuinely just listened to it because I liked it. I did have a crush on her from Girl Meets World though on Disney, so there's that.
let me answer that for you. You don't think of Espresso, you think of her doing those sex positions on stage.
No, I definitely think of Espresso.
Proved my point exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, her music is cool.
Cloud, I'm not the same as these other niggas. We're not the same, Cloud.
It's alright. It's decent. It's listenable. At the same time, we all know of Sabrina Carpenter because of her crazy antics, not because of her music.
Yeah.
Hell, I've probably listened to an Olivia Rodrigo song before I listened to a Sabrina Carpenter one. Again, don't think it's bad, just don't.
And that's a very hot take. I mean, Olivia Rodrigo has a few good songs, but again, I prefer to listen to Sabrina Carpenter over Olivia,
Don't
bro.
care. And you most likely don't care either. Hell, because most of her audience doesn't really care about her breakups, they just care about her ass cheeks, and they're trying to see those over her getting her heart broken. Game is game, ball is ball. Next one.
Spotify listens, Cloud. Spotify listens. There is no ass cheeks on Spotify. You're just playing the music. Come on, bro. Came out the gate swinging. It's probably an unpopular opinion because it's like 80% wrong. But hey,
Number two, being weird on social media is only cool if you're attractive. Just being honest, I don't like that this is true, but it is true. I'm gonna keep.
it's only cool if you're attractive.
See those over her getting her heart broken. Game is game, ball is ball. Next one. Number two, being weird on social media is only cool if you're attractive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be funny ironically, and then people can build a base off of that. But yeah, you're not cool by being weird on the internet unless you're attractive. This is very true.
Just being honest, I don't
Is this even an unpopular
like
opinion?
that this is true, but it is true. I'm gonna keep it a bean. For instance, if somebody like Quinn Blackwell wasn't fine as people would think she's a literal psychopath. And the same thing with Ted Bundy. Like imagine Lincoln with a girl and she had a teeth collection in her drawer. You would think she's insane, right? Now imagine if that girl looked like Ash Cash. Now all of a sudden she's just quirky. My point proven exactly. Next up. Thing number three, people need to stop being embarrassed so much and just live life. Just
I feel like the more, and it tends to be a thing where the more attractive they look, the more something got to be on. Not like in like a broad generalization. Wow, I'm so sorry, Claude, for the frame that we left you on, but like not in a broad generalization sense, but from experience, the prettier ones have quirks.
Just because you have a rip in your pants doesn't mean it's the end of the world. People need to be more comfortable with being humans, not robots. Let yourself be a fuck up. And instead of being embarrassed, laugh at it and move on with your life like everybody else does. Like nowadays, people are too scared to dance at a party. Brother, that's the whole point of being here, to dance. I promise you, nobody thinks that you're cooler by standing on the wall trying to aura farm. Live life, Chaz. The hoes are not impressed. And also, most of the time, nobody really cares about your Instagram flick. So wear what you want and just post what you want. Stop caring about other people. You're not an influencer. You're a human being. Stop trying to act like one. Thing number four, fist
Mm.
fighting should only be reserved for actual serious conflict. If it's anything besides that, then talk it out like real men. Or like a real woman. Let's be inclusive. Like if fighting is the first thing you want to do after you get into a disagreement, I'm gonna be honest, you need to grow up. Like honestly, that just stop being cool after high school, bro. Like nobody cares that you want to fight. We're grown adults. Learn to talk out disagreements. The only time you should honestly fight is to defend yourself or defend your family. Besides that, you're doing a little bit too much. Just talk it out like decent human being. Fighting's just pointless. Thing number five, height doesn't matter unless you're a professional athlete. Unless you're trying to guard LeBron or get massaged like Deshaun. Height doesn't really matter in your life. Let's keep it a bit.
Cloud. I mean, outside of sports, sports can be very important. I really like sports, bro, and I'm not tall, so it's unfortunate. But in terms of dating, to it's definitely a factor. It's definitely a factor. Although it's not the biggest factor. We're being honest. Like I feel like people overrate how much game being tall will give them. I promise you, if you're a lame nigga, not having a 5'9" in your Tinder profile is not gonna help you get pussy, bro. Unless you just look that good. It is a lot is attraction
Yeah,
based,
women
and unless you're like OD short, like 5'6", you're fine.
care about it theoretically, but at the same time, as long as you're masculine, women don't really care about it. They just say they do. I seen a 5'4" guy pull a 6-foot girl the same day he met her, and the only thing he did was just be himself. But also, he had confidence. When you really that, it really doesn't matter how tall you are. Keep that in mind to all of my short niggas out there. Height doesn't matter. Unless you're trying to guard Steph Curry, I'm not gonna lie to you. Next one, I'd rather trust a bad person who's honest about who they are than a quote unquote good person who lies a lot. Honesty is very valuable, and in my opinion, I'd rather trust a bank.
You're not a good person if you lie. That's an oxymoron, bro. Like if you're OD lying, you're just not a good person. That's an oxymoron. I feel like both of these people suck.
Bank robber who's gonna tell me he robbed a bank than a financial advisor who steals money from me on the low. At the end of the day, at the end of the
Yeah, they're both shitbags.
At the end of the day, they're both thieves, but at least one admitted. Nobody's perfect, and people try to betray that they're perfect all the time. So don't trust the people who do, and trust the people who are honest about who they are, even if they're not the best person. Because in all reality, nobody's perfect. And the people who try to betray that they're perfect are the real ones that need to be watched at all times. Next up, war is the stupidest thing ever, and instead of innocent men dying for leaders who don't care about them, those same leaders should duke it out to a battle of the death instead. And I guarantee a lot less wars would happen.
Like I feel like people forget that things end up being a way for a reason. But I mean, sure, sure. I understand the sentiment, but like go back to the mind of someone from like 3000 BC, and you have this king, right? And he leads your country, leads it very well. Like he 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 has orders, and he does great things for the kingdom. Potentially, he might have a hair, he might not, a heir, he might not. He goes to duke it out with another leader, gets fucking slaughtered. Boom, your nation just lost its leader. It's lucky chaos for a while, anarchy for a while. The next leader might be even worse. Shit like that. Like it is in the interest of your nation to have a strong and stable leader continuously. And also, uh let's not act like niggas as a group we're not just fucking brawling just because. Like I understand the modern sentiment, but historically it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it's not like a good expectation to have. You know what I mean? But that's just me yapping, bro.
Plus, that would be entertaining as I mean, imagine Trump and the president of China just duking it out for the ones. That would be peak entertainment. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. And I'm totally not bringing that up because of a recent controversy that's happening in the world right now. Stop involving
That's
innocent people in.
like, and this is the other thing. Like, you overrating how much of an effect it's having on you is taking away from the effect it's probably gonna have on actual people who are gonna be affected in the area. Like, World War III is not gonna fucking happen. But let's lock in for the people who will have to actually deal with that shit in the Middle East.
Into your battles. Because I promise you, I have no problem with any other country except ours. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me, especially the soldiers that are fighting for your country. So be a man
Well, then it's not an unpopular opinion, Cloud. You betrayed the point of your video.
and go fight yourself. Just like back in the medieval days, the kings always led their soldiers to battle. What changed? Next up, I'd rather an all natural 7 out of 10 than
The kings always led their soldiers to battle. That's also not particularly historically accurate.
a BBL plastic 10 out of 10. In all honesty, real beauty isn't makeup and lip fillers. It's stretch marks and bad acne. I don't want to see you at your best. I want to see you at your lowest because I still find you attractive. And a lot of times, I find you more attractive because I don't want to love an IG baddie. I want to love a real person. And sometimes women
No, this is very fair and valid take. I agree with this. Good job, Cloud.
don't
This is also probably not that unpopular, at least with men. I don't think a lot of guys will find this as an unpopular opinion.
understand that, but y'all should because it will save y'all a lot of stress.
Yeah, this is really just Cloud's way of venting and saying shit on camera, bro.
Because I promise you, the beauty standards that y'all try to set on yourselves, y'all are setting on yourselves. A lot of guys just don't care. As long as we can find a good girl who actually loves and cares about us, who we personally find attractive, we're gonna be straight. You don't have to have big titties, big ass, and big lips. I don't care. I guarantee most guys don't care either, especially the man for you. Stop trying to please all of us and please the one that's meant for you. And the only way you can please him is by being yourself. That is what he will like, not Kylie Jenner. Like I said
I think it is even outside of the like a pleasing a potential partner thing. Like it's a symptom of culture. It's a trend. It's a trend. So I mean, it is what it is.
earlier, I guarantee half of the pressure you put on yourself is put on you by other women. And you shouldn't try to please other women by looking good. You want to please yourself or the guy you want. So stop caring. I promise you, women be so jealous of other pretty women. It's so weird. So lock the fuck in. Next up, school is just programming for you to be a worker. You go to school from 7 to 3 and you work a job from 9 to 5.
It's probably also not an unpopular opinion, although like I can't speak on it, bro. I don't know. I don't know. There's probably a lot more
Do the
nuance
math.
there,
They
but
want you to be a worker, not a human. Because when you really think about it, half the information we learn in school we don't really need. And they're really just giving us work so they can teach good work ethic. So when we get to our jobs, we're actually grinding. And when we get burnt out, we're used to it because we did it all throughout high school.
I mean, how do you know what? Like, it's like how do you expect them to know what knowledge you're gonna need, bro? They don't know what, what course you might want to take, what degree you're gonna get. I mean, maybe your math class that you took was fucking useless, unless you're a CS major or you're an engineering major. Okay, then it's not fucking useless. Or maybe the English essay that they had you write was useless, unless those research papers that you had to do they correlate to your job potentially. Not like they're not supposed to. They can't cater it to every student. That's unrealistic and unlikely. Like let's be honest, bro.
Plus, outside of elementary school, school doesn't allow you to be creative. And one of the most important things for a human to do is be creative. Creating life is the best feeling in the world. Literally, that's why
And for the people who say they also don't teach you like how to just live, like pay taxes and buy stuff like that. Um, Fair point. I guess there are resources. So I feel like if you're educated, you become aware of that. I feel like education is a very good baseline because if you go to other countries where people don't go to school, I promise you it is not better. I promise you, school is important, education is important. Like even just having that baseline is very fucking important.
feels so good. And creating something and bringing it into this world is one of the best feelings you can ever feel. But school draws you away from that and puts you in an office chair. Quite literally, which is why I just think it's a glorified prison disguised as beneficial. And I'm not just saying that because
How much money I want to bet Cloud was a bad student?
I'm unemployed. I'm really just saying that because, well, I am unemployed. But I'm unemployed because I chose to be a creator, like I was always meant to be. Which is why a good amount of people hate school because they want to be creators, not workers. But some people are really good at being workers, so they just end up doing that. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just what you want to do with your life. Plus,
I'm doing content right now. I'm still in college. There's nuance. There's nuance.
you
There's
can work a
nuance.
job and still create on the side. I ain't gonna lie. But if you were wondering why you don't like school, it's because you don't like working. At least for somebody else's dream, not yours. Next up, jorts is L fashion.
Wait, but bro, I fell for the rage bait, bro. Cloud has just been saying shit, and I fell for it, and it's in the title of the video, bro. Unpopular opinions that will probably piss you off. The only part that isn't accurate is that they're not even really unpopular, which is like part of the problem, bro. That's why they're pissing me off.
I'm gonna keep it a beam. I will never get jiggy with wearing jeans shorts. I will either wear jeans or shorts. Mixing the two just doesn't work, especially when
I've seen people pull it off, but I wouldn't care to.
they're very long. It kind of just looks like you just dropped in from the 2000s. I get that's the whole point, but at the same time, I'm not really a 2000s type of fashion type of guy. When you really think about it, we're really going back to the 2000s style of fashion. Everyone's wearing baggy now. I ain't gonna lie. We're really just
Yeah, time is a flat circle, bro.
flip flopping at this point because I swear 5 years ago everybody wanted to wear skinny jeans. Now you get called gay if you wear something that slightly hugs your thighs. Like bro, I remember a time where you got called homeless for wearing baggy. Now it's popular. I ain't gonna lie, this crazy. Not hating or judging though. It's just crazy. Next up, anime is the best genre of television right now, and I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it has the most options. I mean, it's simply just like it is an options thing. Like regular television slaps too, and even regular American cartoons slap. But anime, there's it's such a big fucking industry that there's so many anime. and it's like there's no way you can't find what you want. So he's not wrong.
Honest, this is my personal opinion, but this is also kind of facts right now. I don't care about Love Island, I don't care about The Bachelor, and I for damn sure don't care about no freaky ass Too Hot to Handle. All I care about is Solo Leveling, Dan to Dan, and Windbreakers, bro. If you're not watching these three
You
anime,
even
you're missing
mispronounced
out.
it,
And I'm
bro.
not
Oh
just
my
throwing shots at
god.
reality TV, regular TV. Well, it's actually been pretty good, but I just think anime's better. I mean, I can't lie, Abbott Elementary is a cool comfort show. Forever on Netflix was low-key eating, and The Last of Us was good until they this season. I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, anime is just kind of peaking right now, and hopefully it keeps going on this run because I don't want this to take the age like Michael B. Jordan's Secret Signature.
Yeah. Like, bro, you had good ass shows. Like, you have your Snowfalls, you have your Breaking Bads, and they'll pop up every once in a while, and you'll just have like good ass shows. But anime, it's like I promise you, all the time you will find something. I can't think of a year that's been a bad year for anime, bro. Like, we're getting Black Clover back, we're getting season 3 One Punch Man, a bunch of other shit. That like, bro, swear Bleach started next year. Like, there's never a bad year for anime. There's just so many options that you can be into battle shonen, you can be into romance, you can be into seinen, bro. It doesn't matter. You will find something. It is such a big fucking industry. I swear, bro.
Signature milk. If you can't guess what I'm talking about, I'm talking about his name. Last but not least, NBA playoffs is way better than NFL playoffs, but NBA season is far worse than NFL season. It's not close, I'm not gonna lie. If you need proof for this, just look at this year. Nobody cared about the NBA until the playoffs hit, and now it's the biggest thing in the world right now besides soccer.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, NBA is just better than the NFL playoffs. It just is. Because the NFL playoffs isn't bad, but it's just okay. I mean, nobody really cares until it's the Super Bowl anyway, so it's just
Yeah.
kind of like whatever. But the NFL season, though, see that's peak right there. Partly because of red zone betting, and it's just a vibe. It's just football. Amazing.
And part of it is the NBA season is way too fucking long, bro.
I honestly feel like this because of how many
Like, it's just like you get to see a lot of games, but then you think about it and you're like, it's a lot of games. Like, as much as you love a player, you're not gonna watch them play 80 games, bro.
games are played, but at the same time, it's whatever. If the NBA season was shorter, I feel like low key it would go band for band with NFL season, but it's just too many games to really care. But for some reason in the playoffs, it's just perfect. It's just the perfect amount of games. I feel like this is the same thing for college football and basketball too. March Madness, yay. Regular season, no. College football season, yay. Postseason, yeah. Besides that, I appreciate y'all for watching. Go follow the Twitch if you want to see me yap more.
Great video. I mean, he properly rage baited me. I was yapping for a shit ton. I mean, well, regardless, y'all like my takes or y'all like me or you think I'm funny or some shit. Like the video, pull up to the streams. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time in the streams. Pull up to the streams if you're on YouTube. But with that being said, take care, stay blessed. I love you. God loves you, bro. I'll catch y'all